Have you ever stood up from a chair and, for just a moment, felt like your legs weren't really there? That strange, sudden weakness, the slight wobble, maybe even a brief wave of dizziness that makes you pause and grab onto something nearby. It can feel unsettling, even a little frightening. And if you're over 60, you might be wondering if this is just a normal part of aging or something more serious. The truth is, your body is trying to tell you something in that exact moment when you stand up, and most people completely ignore it. What's really happening is not random. When you sit for a while, your blood naturally settles in the lower part of your body. The moment you stand up, your heart and blood vessels are supposed to react instantly, pushing blood back up toward your brain and stabilizing your balance. But as we age, that response can slow down. The result is a brief drop in blood pressure, and that's what creates that sudden feeling of weakness or lightheadedness. It's not just in your head. It's a real, physical shift happening inside your body in seconds. But here's the part most people don't realize. It's not just about age. It's about how your body has been functioning over time. Small habits, daily routines, hydration levels, even the way you move throughout the day, all of these play a role in how strong or weak you feel when you stand. If your muscles, especially in your legs, aren't being used regularly, they gradually lose strength. And those muscles are not just for walking. They help pump blood back up through your body when you stand. Weak muscles mean weaker circulation support. Another hidden factor is hydration. As we get older, the sense of thirst becomes less reliable. You might not feel thirsty even when your body needs fluids. And when you're slightly dehydrated, your blood volume drops. That makes it harder for your body to maintain stable blood pressure when you stand up. The result? That sudden weakness hits harder and more often. It's subtle, but over time, it adds up. There's also the role of your nervous system. Your body relies on tiny signals traveling between your brain and blood vessels to adjust instantly when you change positions. With age, these signals can become slower or less efficient. So instead of a quick adjustment, your body takes a second longer. And that delay is exactly when you feel unstable. It might only last a few seconds, but those seconds matter, especially if you're in a situation where balance is important. And then there's something even simpler that often gets overlooked: how you stand up. Many people go from sitting to standing too quickly, especially if they've been sitting for a long time. That sudden movement gives your body no time to adjust. It's like asking your system to go from 0 to full speed instantly. Slowing down that transition, even by just a few seconds, can make a noticeable difference. You might also notice this feeling more in the morning. That's because your body has been lying down for hours, and your circulation needs a moment to adjust when you first get up. Combine that with mild dehydration after sleep, and it creates the perfect situation for that weak, unsteady feeling. It's not a coincidence, it's a pattern. What's important to understand is that this isn't something you should ignore. It doesn't mean something is seriously wrong, but it is a signal. Your body is showing you that it needs a little more support, a little more care in how you move and how you maintain your daily habits. The good news is that small changes can make a big difference. One of the simplest things you can start doing is paying attention to how long you sit. Long periods of sitting can make your circulation sluggish. Even standing up for a minute or two every half hour can help keep your system more responsive. Gentle movement throughout the day keeps your blood flowing and your muscles engaged. Another powerful change is strengthening your legs. You don't need intense workouts. Simple movements like slow sit-to-stand repetitions, light walking, or even holding onto a chair and doing small knee bends can gradually rebuild strength. Over time, stronger muscles help support your body when you stand, reducing that weak feeling. Breathing also plays a role. Taking a slow breath before standing and then rising calmly can help your body transition more smoothly. It sounds simple, but it works because it gives your system a moment to prepare instead of reacting suddenly. And then there's awareness. Just being mindful of that moment when you stand can prevent a lot of discomfort. Instead of rushing, pause for a second. Let your body catch up. That small habit alone can reduce the chances of feeling unsteady. Most people think weakness like this is something they just have to live with. But that's not true. Your body is adaptable, even after 60. It responds to what you do every day. The key is consistency, not intensity. Small, steady improvements in how you move, how you hydrate, and how you support your body can bring back a sense of stability and confidence. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about avoiding that brief moment of weakness. It's about feeling in control of your body again. It's about standing up and knowing your legs will support you without hesitation. And that's something that can absolutely be improved with the right approach. Once you start paying attention to these moments, you begin to notice patterns. Maybe it happens more after meals, or when you've been sitting longer than usual, or even when you're slightly tired. These patterns are not random. They're clues. Your body is incredibly consistent in the way it responds. And when you recognize those patterns, you can start making simple adjustments that prevent the problem before it even starts. One common situation where this weakness shows up is after eating. When you have a meal, especially a heavier one, your body directs more blood toward your digestive system. This is completely normal, but it also means there's temporarily less blood available for other areas, including your brain when you stand up. If you get up too quickly after eating, that shift can make you feel weak or slightly dizzy. Slowing down after meals and giving your body time to process can reduce this effect significantly. Another overlooked factor is footwear and stability. As we age, balance becomes more sensitive to small changes. Wearing shoes with poor support or walking on slippery surfaces can amplify that feeling of weakness. Even if the issue starts internally, the external environment can make it feel worse. Simple choices like wearing stable, supportive footwear indoors and outdoors can give your body more confidence when you stand and move. Sleep quality also plays a role. When your body doesn't get enough restful sleep, your overall energy and coordination can be affected. That means your muscles may not respond as quickly, and your balance can feel slightly off. Over time, this contributes to that unstable feeling when standing. Improving sleep habits, such as maintaining a consistent bedtime and reducing distractions before sleep, can have a noticeable impact on how steady you feel during the day. There's also the emotional side of this experience, which many people don't talk about. That brief moment of weakness can create a sense of hesitation or fear. You might start to second-guess yourself before standing or feel less confident moving around. And that hesitation can actually make things worse because it changes the way you move. Instead of a natural motion, your body becomes tense and cautious, which can disrupt balance even more. The goal is not just to fix the physical cause, but to restore that sense of trust in your body. Confidence plays a big role in movement. When you trust that your body will respond correctly, your movements become smoother and more stable. That's why small wins, like standing up without that weak feeling, are so important. They rebuild confidence over time. One practical habit that can help is creating a simple standing routine. Before you stand, place your feet firmly on the ground, lean slightly forward, and use your leg muscles instead of relying entirely on your hands or momentum. Then rise slowly and pause for a second once you're upright. This gives your body time to adjust and reduces the chance of feeling unsteady. It's a small sequence, but it can make a big difference. Staying active throughout the day is another key factor. You don't need long exercise sessions. Even short, frequent movements, like walking around the room, stretching, or gently moving your legs while sitting, can keep your circulation active. The more your body stays in motion, the more responsive it becomes when you change positions. Hydration, again, cannot be overstated. Making it a habit to drink water regularly, even when you're not thirsty, supports your entire system. It helps maintain blood volume, supports circulation, and keeps your body functioning smoothly. Over time, this alone can reduce those sudden weak moments. It's also helpful to pay attention to how quickly you move in general. Fast, sudden movements can catch your body off guard, especially if your system is already a bit slower to respond. Slowing down doesn't mean losing independence. It means moving with control and awareness. And that control is what keeps you steady. As these small changes become part of your daily routine, something interesting happens. The weak, unstable feeling begins to fade. It might not disappear overnight, but it becomes less frequent, less intense, and less concerning. And in its place, you start to feel more balanced, more stable, and more confident in your movements. What's important to remember is that your body is always adapting. Even after 60, it responds to what you do consistently. Every small effort you make, every time you stand up carefully, every time you stay hydrated, every time you move your body, adds up. These are not temporary fixes. They are long-term improvements. And perhaps the most powerful part of all this is realizing that you're not losing control. You're simply learning how to work with your body in a new way. Aging doesn't mean weakness. It means understanding your body better and giving it the support it needs to function at its best. So the next time you stand up, don't rush. Take that extra second. Feel your feet on the ground. Let your body adjust. And notice the difference. Because those small, mindful moments are what lead to lasting strength, stability, and confidence in your everyday life.